Hey guys, it's your old friend Greg, and here today at Playtech we're going to be looking at possibly the most feature-rich monitor any of us down here at the office have ever seen. In fact, I'd say this monitor embodies the concept of smart monitor better than anything else currently on the market. What we have here is the Samsung M7 32-inch smart monitor, the ultimate do-it-all work-from-home system that blurs the lines between monitor, TV, mobile, and PC. It features a 32-inch 4K UHD HDR10 panel, but there is also a 27-inch Full HD version called the M5. Now there's a lot to cover here, so we better get started. Inside the box, we have the panel, the two parts of the stand, the power cable, the HDMI cable, the remote control and batteries, and the safety and warranty info. The monitor has a tidy, low-profile aesthetic, which hides the fact that it's literally bursting with features. On the back, we've got 3 standard USB ports, then an additional USB-C port, along with 2 HDMI 2.0 outputs. Now, let's dive into some of the features that really make this monitor stand out. First of all, we've got all your standard smart features that you'd typically find on a high-end TV, starting with a Tizen-based OS that allows you to run all the typical apps that you'd want in an entertainment center like Netflix, Prime Video, YouTube, and a web browser. This is great for me because often I'll be rendering large video files that absolutely thrash my system, often for hours at a time. Usually when I'm doing this, my PC is basically unusable, but with the M7 I can actually just flick over to the app and then watch a movie or YouTube or something like that until the render is done. Now that's great and all, but that's only really the beginning. Now, it's no secret that the last couple of years have been rough on everyone, and that the ability to work efficiently from home has become one of the most important considerations when shopping for tech. This is where these Samsung monitors really stand out, and why I'd consider them the most attractive smart monitor on the market at the moment. From the app interface, we can actually load up Office 365 without even being connected to a PC or laptop. All we need is an internet connection to get up and running, then just add a Bluetooth or USB keyboard or mouse, and we can use Microsoft's suite of tools and work off of the cloud. On top of that, we also have remote access capability, where we can literally log into our work systems from anywhere with an internet connection and use our work computer from home, as if we're sitting right there in front of it. This is awesome stuff when you're in that precarious situation of not knowing whether or not there's going to be another lockdown, or to be honest, even if you just forget your laptop and you need to jump on to sort out some paperwork or something like that. Now let's jump back to that USB-C port we saw earlier next to the HDMI ports. This USB-C port is actually way more capable than you'd think. You may have noticed that it's not grouped with the other USB ports, and it's actually sitting alongside these HDMI connections. This is because although it can be used for typical USB applications like connecting peripherals, it can also be used as a display connection and is capable of 4K resolution, and also supplying up to 65 watts of power, which is great for charging Ultrabooks and similar lightweight devices. Now, even though this is a Samsung device, and it does have some special features for Samsung smartphone users, this monitor is still an amazing choice for Apple users. The USB-C connection will charge your MacBook Pro, but you can also connect using AirPlay 2 for a super slick wireless dual screen setup. Now, let's talk about these Samsung specific features. So if you've already got one of the DeX compatible mobile devices that Samsung make, like an S20 or S21 Android phone, then you can actually link into this monitor using DeX and use your smartphone as if it was a desktop PC with a familiar PC style interface and everything. It actually allows you to have multiple resizable windows, a proper desktop and taskbar. Windows users will absolutely be right at home using DeX. Now, of course, this wouldn't be a Playtech video if we didn't mention gaming, and although this isn't really a gaming monitor, it still puts up a decent fight. It's a 60Hz 8ms VA panel, so although it's not up there with the hardcore high refresh rate monitors that you might typically see in esports, it's still a great choice if you're not really into esports and high FPS type games. Console players will definitely get their money's worth out of this monitor, especially with the excellent built-in speakers. These speakers are surprisingly loud, and in my opinion are more in line with what you would expect from a TV more so than a monitor. So I've just switched back to the in-camera microphone so that I can show you guys a bit more accurately just how insanely loud this monitor is. Like, that's only at 26 right now, and that's probably louder than most people would have it when they're actually using it. That's like a good volume. So as you can see, at 100 volume, it's insanely loud, and it's probably quite difficult to hear me over the sound of that. So I'll just turn that back down. So as you can see, that's actually insanely loud, and I don't know how well you could hear me during that, but you know, I would probably mainly use this at maybe about 10% volume, what it's at now. So yeah, as you can see, audio performance in the same ballpark as a decent TV, rather than the teeny little speakers you generally get in monitors. So really impressed with that, and that'll be really, really good for the console gamers as well. The compromise in response time and refresh rate is more than made up for in how vibrant and clear the monitor is. It really has quite astounding contrast and brightness, which give you a really nice vivid picture. I'd absolutely love to load up something like The Witcher 3 or a fully modded out version of Skyrim or something and just completely get lost in the screen. Now, the second reason why I really like this monitor for gaming is that it allows us to switch it into a 21:9 mode, where it essentially configures itself to behave as an ultra-wide monitor so that we can get that awesome peripheral view that just looks so cool and works really well for some games. This is also great if your GPU is struggling a little bit with full 4K resolutions, or if you just like that amazing field of view that you get from ultra-wide monitors. So as you may have guessed, I really like this monitor, and I hope that you can all agree with me that it's probably one of the most versatile home and office monitors on the market at the moment. If you're looking for a do-it-all style monitor, then I'd highly recommend you check out the Samsung M7 and M5 smart monitors. That's all from me today. I'm going to leave you with some B-roll of the monitor because it's super slick and nice looking, and I'll see you guys all soon next time. Thanks for watching. This is Greg from Playtech.